and welcome everybody. I'm Mary Gannon, the Executive Director of the Community of Literary Magazines and Presses, also known as CLMP. I'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening to celebrate the 2021 Firecracker Award finalists and winners, and the recipient of this year's Lord Knows Award. I'd also like to thank the Center for Fiction for hosting us this evening. The Center for Fiction has been a devoted champion of indie lit publishers, and we're so happy to be their guest tonight. CLMP is the only nonprofit organization in the US dedicated exclusively to supporting independent literary magazines and presses by providing funding, advocacy, technical assistance, and serving as a dependable, essential hub for nurturing community support. We've been doing this work for over 50 years because we believe that small and independent literary publishers play a vital role in our culture by connecting the greatest diversity of distinctive writers to equally diverse communities of readers. As part of our work for the past 7 years, CLMP has sponsored the annual Firecracker Awards for independently published literature. These awards are given to celebrate books and magazines that make a significant contribution to our literary culture, and the publishers that strive to introduce important voices to readers far and wide. Prizes are awarded in the categories of fiction, creative nonfiction, poetry, and for magazines, general excellence and best debut. This year, we were honored to have an amazing group of authors and literary citizens serve as the judges of the Firecracker Awards, some of whom will be announcing the winners for us tonight. I'd like to offer our thanks to all of them. The judges in fiction this year were Natanya Ann Pulley, Irene Yoon, and Robert Yoon. In creative nonfiction, E.J. Koh, Paul Asicki, and Amy Nazika Matado. In poetry, Sarah Gambito, Raquel Salas Rivera, and Malcolm Tariq. And in magazines, Charles Flowers, Keisha Kuipers, and Marcus Wicker. The Firecracker Award recipients receive a national publicity campaign spotlighting and promoting the winning titles. In partnership with the American Booksellers Association, promotional materials, including press release, firecracker seals, and shelf talkers, are distributed to over 750 independent booksellers across the country. Winners are also promoted in CLMP's newsletters, on our website, and through a dedicated social media campaign. The publishers of winning titles receive a free 1-year membership to CLMP, and magazine winners receive a 1-year CLMP member subscription to Submittable. Each year, CLMP also awards the Lord Knows Award, given to a publisher or editor in recognition of a lifetime of work in literary publishing, celebrating the memory of Jonathan Williams, founder and publisher of the now legendary literary press, the Jargon Society. The Lord Knows Award was established in 2017 by David Wilk with support from Jeffrey Beam, Stanley Finch, and Tom Meyer. We're going to begin our evening with a presentation of the Lord Knows Award, which this year we're thrilled to be giving to Charles Alexander, founder and publisher of Chax Press. The Lord Knows Award will be presented by David Wilk, who I'm honored to introduce. Along with serving on the board of CLMP, David Wilk has been an active participant in the publishing community for many years in a variety of roles. He's been the publisher or editor of hundreds of books in virtually every category of publishing. He is the founder of Book Tricks, providing marketing and publishing services to a range of clients, Writer's Cast, a podcast featuring interviews with authors and publishing visionaries, and Live Writers, aggregating the best podcasts about books, authors, writing, and publishing. David, if you would join me on screen, and on to you.
Thank you, Mary. It's really my pleasure to be here with you tonight to present the 5th annual Lord Knows Award to commemorate and honor the work of my friend and mentor, Jonathan Williams. This award is given under the auspices of CLMP to celebrate and recognize the achievement and value of a lifetime commitment to literary publishing. Jonathan was the founder and publisher of the prototypically singular Jargon Society. He was a poet, essayist, photographer, raconteur, and cultural observer whose wit was legendary along with his ability to identify and promote truly artistic excellence, specifically poets and photographers whose work he brought forward through Jargon's many publications. For more than a half a century, beginning in 1951 at Black Mountain College, Jargon published 85 books as well as 30 broadsides and ephemera, expressing Jonathan's unique vision, work that truly mattered, that needed to be nurtured and brought forth into the world, no matter the many challenges of time, money, and distribution he encountered. His commitment to making books that were as beautiful as possible never wavered. The Jargon list is an active representation of many of the most important creative figures of the late 20th century. Jargon books represent Jonathan's lifelong dedication to words and art, to discovery, beauty, and the joyfully social act of making public the work he believed in. I'd like to thank Jeffrey Beam and Stanley Finch for their contributions to this effort, as well as Tom Meyer, Jonathan's life partner, for his endorsement of this award, and of course, CLMP for giving this project a home. It's now my honor and privilege to give the 2021 Lord Knows Award to Chax Press and its founder, Charles Alexander, who lives and works in Tucson, Arizona, Chax's longtime home. Like Jonathan, Charles is both a poet and a publisher. Since 1984, he has been an intrepid explorer and presenter of an eclectic array of highly talented writers of many kinds, all demonstrating Chax's commitment to the importance of poetry and language, issuing more than 250 singular works of poetic art in published form. And all this time, Charles has been writing and teaching, continuing the tradition of the poet-publisher into the modern era. Jonathan Williams always sought to identify and recognize the beautiful, sometimes the weird moments that make life worth living and enjoying. For more than 35 years, Charles, with his spouse and partner, the visual artist Cynthia Miller, has done the same. The diversity and depth of Chax's publications demonstrate the special ability to identify and foster great works of writing and art, coupled with a high level of design and printing skills, constantly challenging readers to travel along together on the press's artistic journey. Literary presses are mostly ephemeral. Much like poets and writers, their presses take form and substance through dedication and effort that, while transformative, is so often transitory. Many literary presses have produced one or even several great books each, but there are only a few that are able to operate for decades and still continue to produce great work. Those that last do so out of a powerful need, a commitment that expresses the ongoing love and attention of their founders, their writers, and their supporters. They are truly precious and special, deserving of attention and recognition, because we know how difficult and challenging it is to create a sustained body of work over a lifetime. The effort and will required to remain vital and meaningful over so many years must be acknowledged. The truest dedication to making art through struggle is important, transformational, and rare. Chax Press exemplifies that tradition of independent publishing that Jonathan Williams embodied. Here are some lines from Charles about the press that capture what he is after. Chax focuses on a book at a time, each one individual and different, each one a marriage of form, design, and literary content. Our letterpress books emerge from intense collaboration between poet and book artist. They show new ways in the art of the book. Chax also curates readings and other events. Our special publishing projects include unique and limited edition broadsides. Chax maintains a commitment to innovation and experimentation in literature, but the modes of such innovation are not seen narrowly, and has long included a commitment to diversity of peoples and to acts of collaboration. I am quite certain that Jonathan would have enthusiastically joined us in honoring Charles Alexander's lifetime of publishing great books that truly matter. He's looking over my shoulder right now. Thank you, Charles, and congratulations. I turn this over to Charles Alexander.
Thank you, David. Thank you, CLMP. So many people to thank, like every Chax artist, supporter, worker, every reader, everyone who receives the poem and the book as kinetic energy. Thank you all. And Jonathan Williams, wow, everything he gave to books and literature, including an attitude about the work that knows how difficult it is, but also has fun with it. The word jargon signifies a language of the tribe, and Jonathan knew that that language helps form the tribe, the community. He was a pioneer and hero among literary publishers, particularly of the so-called New American Poetry, which is a big part of the ground from which my work has grown. Language, literature, letters. While long ago on a visit home from college, I saw my high school English teacher. She had heard that I was studying letters, she said, which I knew was a somewhat aged term for literature. In typography, letters are building blocks, shapes and sounds that put together a world. Her mention of letters seemed to predict the path that would take me to cases of metal type filled with letters organized by their patterns of use. Many printers dump a case of such type, called pieing the type, and require their apprentices to restock the case letter by letter, minding their P's and Q's, that instruction toward order. Thankfully, I never had to do that when I was learning, and I learned from one of the best, Walter Hamady, a rebellious best, who saw the book as a place of inspiration, innovation, and improvisation. In a field that seems to demand order, I learned that there is room for what Michel Foucault would call counterconduct. I have had in dreams and awake the recurring idea that in the alphabet lie all of the works in a language that have been written and that may ever be. It is a thought that I believe authors and artists of Czech's books, particularly B.P. Nicol, Jackson McLough, Beverly Dahlen, Will Alexander, Cynthia Miller, Rachel Blau du Plessis, and Tracy Morris, and that many jargon authors share. Such artists have helped me believe in a flow, from letters to literature to community to world, a possibility expressed in the poet Robert Duncan's grand collage in which we participate. I am honored to participate with these authors and with a much wider group over time and space, and I am so honored to receive this award. Thank you for recognizing my work in this amazing way.
Thank you, Charles, so much, and congratulations again. Thank you for your beautiful books and for Chax's significant contributions to literature. I loved what you had to say about flow, and it speaks so much to the community that we're all a part of. So thank you again and congratulations. Now we'd like to announce the winners of this year's Firecracker Awards. We're going to begin with the genre of fiction, which will be presented by Irene Yoon, who served as a judge this year and is the director of the LARB Publishing Workshop at the Los Angeles Review of Books. Irene, I'll turn things over to you.
Thank you, Mary, CLMP, and my colleagues Robert and Natanya on the fiction panel. I'm thrilled to announce the winner of this year's Fiction Award. At this time, we ask that the finalists in the category of fiction turn on their video. The finalists in the fiction category are David Tung Can't Have a Girlfriend Until He Gets Into an Ivy League College by Ed Lin, published by Kaya Press. Fiebre Tropical by Juli Delgado Lopera, published by Feminist Press. Further News of Defeat by Michael X. Wang, published by Autumn House Press. Hezada, I Miss You by Aaron Pringle, published by Ost Press. Silence is My Mother Tongue by Suleiman Adonia, published by Grey Wolf Press. Silverfish by Ron Chavers, published by Clash Books. Telephone by Percival Everett, published by Grey Wolf Press. Temporary by Hilary Leichter, published by Coffee House Press. When the Whales Leave by Yuri Rikthew, translated by Ilona Yasmin Shavas, published by Milkweed Editions. Where the Wild Ladies Are by Aoko Matsuda, translated by Polly Barton, published by Soft Skull Press. And the winner of the fiction category is Where the Wild Ladies Are by Aoko Matsuda, translated by Polly Barton, published by Soft Skull Press. Congratulations. We invite the winner to unmute themselves and say a few words.
Thank you so much. Thank you to fiction judges Natanya and Polly. Irene Yoon, Robert Yoon, and the community of literary magazines and presses. This is a great honor. Thank you to Chuo Koron Shinsha for publishing the original Japanese version of Where the Wild Ladies Are, and to Tilted Axis and translator Polly Barton for a translation that beautifully conveys the wit, humor, and tenderness of these stories. Thank you to Yuka Igarashi for editing, and to all of my colleagues at Soft Skull who have supported the making and sharing of this book. Thank you to Aoko Matsuda for writing a book that gives life and power to the ghosts of women who'd met tragic ends in their traditional tales, and how they in turn empower the living in these stories and those of us reading them. Thank you for writing a book for women who are actually foxes. Thank you to everyone involved for celebrating works in translation. I'm so honored to be here tonight to celebrate Aoko and Polly and all of the other wonderful Firecracker Award finalists and winners. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sarah, and congratulations. Congratulations to Ayoko and Polly and Soft Skull Press. We're so thrilled for you, and thank you for your remarks. Next up is the Best Debut category in magazines, presented by Keisha Kuipers, one of this year's judges, and also the editor of Poetry Northwest. Keisha?
Thank you, Mary, CLMP, and my colleagues Marcus and Charles on the magazine panel. I'm excited to announce the winner of the Best Debut Magazine Award. At this time, what did my screen just do? Here we go. At this time, we ask that the nominees in the category turn on their video. The list of finalists in the Best Debut Magazine category are Gasher Journal, Lucky Jefferson, Midst, and Subnivian. And the winner of the Best Debut Magazine Award is Lucky Jefferson. Congratulations. We invite the winner to unmute themselves and say a few words.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I was not expecting that. I would like to thank the judges for recognizing Lucky Jefferson, our team, the artists who visualize our dreams, the poets and writers who trust us with their words, and my family and friends for believing in my vision. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Nabila and Lucky Jefferson. Next, I'm happy to introduce Malcolm Tariq, author of Heed the Hollow, published by Grey Wolf Press and one of this year's judges. Malcolm will announce the winner in poetry. Malcolm, over to you.
Thank you, Mary, CLMP, and my colleagues Sarah and Raquel on the poetry panel. I'm thrilled to announce the winner of the Poetry Award. At this time, we ask that the nominees for the category turn on their video. The list of finalists in the poetry category are America Mine by Sasha Banks, published by CLMP Press, DMZ Colony by Donmi Choi, published by Wave Books, Fugitive Atlas by Khalid Matawa, published by Grey Wolf Press, Homie by Denez Smith, published by Grey Wolf Press, The Malevolent Volume by Justin Philip Reed, published by Coffee House Press, Obit by Victoria Chang, published by Copper Canyon Press, Post-Colonial Love Poem by Natalie Diaz, published by Grey Wolf Press, Salt Body Shimmer by Erica Foreman, published by Yes Yes Books, Wound from the Mouth of a Womb, published by Torrin A. Greathouse, published by Milkweed Editions, and Year of the Dog by Deborah Paredes, published by BOA Editions. And the winner of the poetry category is The Malevolent Volume by Justin Philip Reed, published by Coffee House Press. Congratulations. We invite the winner to unmute themselves and say a few words.
Justin isn't here. My name is Erica Stevens. I'm the editorial director of Coffee House Press, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be here to accept on Justin's behalf. I'm going to read a few of his words. This is from the poem, When I Was a Poet. I was impelled to create in an era of adept destruction. I had to begin by deconstructing my creation. I saw the waiting peaks. I knew what the snow was, overblown, footloose, excessive, feckless, not white, but a predilection for reflecting absolutely all light, obsessed with possessing spectrum, but impervious to access and pitifully Janist. Occupation was its solitary ache. I was a poet then. On behalf of Justin Philip Reed, I'm thrilled to accept the Firecracker Award for the Malevolent Volume. Thank you so much to everyone.
Thank you, Erica, and congratulations to Justin and Coffee House. We're thrilled. Our next category is General Excellence in Magazines. Keisha, back to you.
Thank you, Mary. I'm excited to announce the winner of the Magazine General Excellence Award. At this time, we ask that the nominees in the category turn on their video. The list of finalists in the Magazine General Excellence category are American Short Fiction, the Kenyan Review, Mizna Prose, Poetry, and Art Exploring Arab America, New England Review, Oxford American, Raleigh Review, The Seventh Wave, and World Literature Today. And the winner of the Magazine General Excellence Award is Mizna, Prose, Poetry, and Art Exploring Arab America. Congratulations. We invite the winner to unmute themselves and say a few words.
Wow, I'm really astonished. Thank you so much for this. I didn't expect to be quite so astonished, but thank you. I'm Lana Barkawi. I'm the executive director and publisher at Mizna. And on behalf of the board and staff and our artists, I thank CLMP and the panel of judges for this honor. We're a very small and dedicated team at Mizna. And we're always driven by our mission to provide a decolonized cultural space that reflects the expansiveness and brilliance of our Arab, Southwest Asian, and North African and Muslim community of writers, filmmakers, and artists. This award is a direct result of the work of our writers and artists that we have a privilege to publish, and we really are only as good as they are, and they are good. I feel that we're often challenged to be a better and more appropriate platform for the caliber of work that our community creates, and I thank them for that. I want to acknowledge the Mizna team, Naila Taman, Heba Amin, Ruba Al-Malik, Jen March, Lisa Khan, Sarah Najla Dillard, Aram Kavusi, Ethan Dinser, Ahmed Abdul Magid, and Michelle Baroudi, and others who are a part of the Mizna family. The guest editors of our recent issues that were part of consideration this year were, we had a queer and trans voices issue that was brilliantly led by Zain Shukhadar, our guest editor, and poetry edited by George Abraham, doing really careful and thoughtful work. And our comics issue was masterfully led by Leila Abdulrazak. I want to acknowledge, the gorgeous design of our journal is thanks to Wael Morkos and Alex Diarmond. I want to thank the readers and subscribers who appreciate the work we do and create such an incredible community that we serve and are responsible to. We strive to be a home that they can find a creative community at Mizna. I want to just read the final words of the foreword in our Queer and Trans issue by Zain Shukhadar. Within these pages, we not only exist and are loved and are beautiful, we create magic. We need no need to fear the eye of the oppressor. We are our own Nazar. We have made and remade our blueprints for survival. All along, we have been turning our eye toward worlds of our own making. Happy Pride, Free Palestine, Free Turtle Island, and Black Lives Matter. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Lana and Mizna. It's wonderful to have you all here. Our final category, creative nonfiction, will be announced by Judge Paul Lisicki, who is the author of Later, My Life at the Edge of the World, published by Grey Wolf Press. Paul, over to you.
Thank you, Mary, CLMP, and my colleagues, EJ and Amy on the Creative Nonfiction panel. I'm thrilled to announce the winner of the Creative Nonfiction Award. At this time, we ask that the nominees in the category turn on their video. The list of finalists in the Creative Nonfiction category are Bright Archive by Sarah Miner, published by Rescue Press. The Dragons, the Giant, the Women by Wayatu Moore, published by Grey Wolf Press. Grieving, Dispatches from a Wounded Country by Christina Rivera Garza, translated by Sarah Booker, published by Feminist Press. Just Us, An American Conversation by Claudia Rankin, published by Grey Wolf Press. Lecture by Mary Capello, published by Transit Books. The Names of All the Flowers by Melissa Valentine, published by Feminist Press. 9 Moons by Gabriella Wiener, translated by Jessica Powell, published by Restless Books. Pass with Care by Cooper Lee Bombardier, published by Daughter Press. Stranger Faces by Namwali Serpel, published by Transit Books. This is One Way to Dance by Sejal Shah, published by University of Georgia Press. The winner of the nonfiction category is The Names of All the Flowers by Melissa Valentine, published by Feminist Press. Congratulations. We invite the winner to unmute themselves and say a few words.
Wow, thank you so much. I'm stunned and so honored. This is a huge honor. Thank you so much. I want to say congrats first to all the finalists and winners tonight. This is such a beautiful celebration. Congrats to everyone. You know, writing in general and writing this memoir in particular was such an intense labor of love for me. It took years to finish. It helped heal and transform my own grief in so many ways. And, you know, after nearly a year of it being in the world, to see people continue to be moved by it and for it to receive this kind of support, it really means the world to me. I want to thank all the folks at CLMP, Firecracker Awards, for creating this opportunity for authors of indie presses, and to the judges who allowed my book to speak to you. I want to thank everyone at the Feminist Press and my editor, Lauren Hook, who's also here tonight, for seeing The Names of All the Flowers and giving it a life in the world. This award is so meaningful to me. My wish for my book is for it to touch as many people as possible. So thank you so much for making that happen and helping that wish come true. I'm truly honored to accept this award. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Melissa, and thank you so much, CLMP and all of the judges. Feminist Press is beyond honored to have championed your book, Melissa.
Congratulations, Melissa and Feminist Press. If all of the winners and judges would turn back on their video. I just want to congratulate our Lord Knows Award recipient and all of this year's Firecracker Award winners. We thank you for these stellar publications and for your dedication to the literary field. Let's have a round of applause. I'd like to encourage everyone to support this year's finalists and winners by following the links in the chat and buying these books and magazines. Last year, LitHub described our finalists list as the perfect summer reading list, and that applies this year as well. So please support these publications by buying them, subscribing to them, and sharing them with friends and colleagues. Thanks again to the Center for Fiction, to Submittable, and the American Booksellers Association for their support of the Firecracker Awards. And thanks to all of you for coming out and showing your support. We hope you'll sign up for our newsletter, which you can do by visiting clmp.org to learn about the latest news and publications from the more than 700 literary magazines and presses that make up our community. Thank you again, and we wish you a bright and joyful summer full of reading. See you soon.